All right, then it's time for us to take a quick look at what's happening on the covers of the dailies this morning. I have Mike Mesikeno here with me on this one. And I'm going to do everything possible to avoid the sports headlines.
Do we ever take it?
Because the conversation earlier on just went in a direction I wasn't too comfortable with. But...
Beans for Winfrey.
Wow, really? But, yeah, headlines on the dailies is something we do every morning. And if you want to follow up with some of these stories, you should grab a paper from a vendor near you. Today is Tuesday, June 11th. Wow, the month is flying.
It is, oh. It is, oh. This is June that just started, eh? Okay, yeah. So we'll start with The Nation, right?
Yeah, The Nation newspaper says, Southwest governors go into massive food production. That's an interesting one there. It says, region rejects Yoruba agitation, says state police, state police, rather. And it also says here, Sanwo-Olu is chair. Now, we have quite a few other headlines here. Argungun replaces Arase as PSC chair. Eagles World Cup qualification shaky, in quotes there. Page 31 has more on that. Nigeria conducive for business.
There's headline there.
Tells multinationals. Now, I'm going to avoid the sports headlines from now on, Mike. It says here, alleged 423 billion naira fraud. EFCC raises team to probe El Rufai. Others. It also says here, CBN reaffirms financial stability of banks. Reaffirms, in quote there. There was quite a few rumors of different lists of banks that have been had their licenses revoked. I'm not sure if you were following up with that story.
It was not their license. I think it was their boards.
Okay.
3 banks or so.
Yeah.
Their boards were so. It's not the same as the case with Heritage Bank.
Okay.
Heritage Bank is the one that had its license revoked, and the NDIC will be involved in the liquidation of that particular bank. There were some other banks, I know
that were being called out.
Yeah, their boards had been dissolved due to some infringement from them.
But dissolving a board of a bank doesn't essentially mean that the bank...
of course not. I mean, major,
disintegrating, is still an entity.
At all. So there is
no cause for
alarm.
Exactly. Because you know how social media is. You see all sorts of things and people just rush out and go and withdraw their money from certain places and then end up just getting in trouble. Because, probably they had some plans for, some other business activities.
Nobody wants to hear, as is the case with Heritage Bank and a number of people who are depositors with the bank, nobody wants to hear that your money is gone and all of that. So that has also been quite an issue.
It does give us some PTSD from when there were a lot of people that couldn't access their funding.
Where's that headline now? The one you read about... I've seen it.
Wow.
It's even in red.
Wow.
Look at it in red. Please, let's see The Nation clearly.
It's
in red there.
To read.
Let's read it here. Page 25. Eagles World Cup qualification shaky. That's
okay, but you talked
there.
about the table. You talked about the table. You said 6 teams in the group, right? Okay, and now how many matches are left?
We're second, actually.
How many matches?
From the last.
How many matches
6 matches are left.
Come on now. 6 matches are left.
Yes. You don't understand.
Wow, okay, break it down.
The smallest teams there.
What?
They beat the small teams. Do your kids know where Lesotho?
I asked question.
You know where Lesotho is?
How many matches are left?
Lesotho.
That was the question I asked.
Lesotho no big reach. Lesotho be like...
Wow. Mike,
Lesotho is not as big. Who is the smallest state? Lagos is the smallest state in this thing. Lesotho is smaller than Lagos. Lesotho is inside South Africa.
Are we good to go now?
They came here to Nigeria. We could not even beat them. We were lucky to even draw. Lesotho.
Oh, goodness me.
We are smiling because we're trying to cover up a lot of angst and anger, as it were.
We really wish it went differently, especially yesterday.
This just shows me how much more better we could do economically, all round. The potential we have is immeasurable.
Yeah.
And when I mean immeasurable, I'm not saying it because I'm looking for words. Immeasurable. But we have almost in every sector of our country, we have been unable to tap into those potentials and unleash our full, abilities that we are capable of, and it's sad.
All right, so before Mike breaks into tears, then I'm going to move on to the next paper. It's the Punch we have standing by. It says here, smuggled Nigerian petrol floods. West African markets sell 1,700 naira per litre. Petrol hits 1,620, or rather 72 naira per litre in Benin Republic. Cameroon, 2,062 naira. Liberia is 1,428 naira. And in Mali, it's 2,128 naira, which is an alarming contrast to, obviously, what we pay here for numerous reasons. It also says here, above the masthead, minimum wage. Labour insists on 250,000 naira. Awaits Tinubu's verdict. NLC president berates governors, says president will do the right thing. Federal government services debt with $2.2 billion in 5 months, according to CBN. And let's see what else we have here. Southwest Governors Forum insists on state police, elects Sanwo-Olu as chair. And the final one I'll take here is reps propose rotational presidency. 6-year single term.
Yeah, the next one is what I am quite more interested in.
The next story.
Police foil Americans' suicide attempt on Third Mainland Bridge. I'm not trying to be insensitive, but is the person not trying to call for attention to themselves?
I don't think you would be, well, according to this headline that we're seeing here, suicide attempt on Third Mainland Bridge. I don't have the details of this.
But you know what I want to, what I'm saying.
Attention. What do you mean by attention?
If you really wanted to make an attempt, what time would the police have to reach there?
Wow, really,
Think
Mike?
about it.
Really, Mike?
So is it not more like you're trying to draw attention to yourself?
I don't think that.
You probably sat down somewhere and waited for so long.
May we never actually truly understand the mental state of someone who
But then,
decides,
rotational presidency, I don't know if...
6 years single term as opposed to 2 terms of 4 years each.
Whatever
what do you
person
think
comes from, it doesn't matter. My point is that we just need capable hands handling the...
Do you think 6 years is enough to make impact?
You can make impact in a month.
For a country as big as this, or a nation as big as this?
Impact would...
That cuts across the entire nation?
Impact starts somewhere. It's almost like when you want to, an explosion starts somewhere and then spreads. A ripple. You throw a little stone into the water.
And
ripple.
it will spread. Okay, all right.